Respect. BoxingFirstVlog back in the building. Hit you with another video. As you slide in, do
subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell.
Drop a comment. And if you like, hit that notification bell. We're back active on the channel, trying to bring you the latest and greatest when it comes to boxing. Anyway, that being said, let's talk to you about a couple results from Sunday night. Big shout out to the Sunday night card. Nice move by PBC and that whole Showtime crew and everything they got going on, Al Heyman and them. The fight in itself for the main event on Fox regular channel, I guess just their basic network channel, public television. The fight was so-so. I'm hearing a lot of bad reaction from around boxing, a lot of the fans, a couple of insiders. Big shout out to G5 Jeff TV. We all know about the, let's say, the bad judging that's just been going on. We don't get it that much with the PBC Showtime judging system they got going on and the people that they rock with. We don't get that much. But last night, just you couldn't even call it a homer because my guy Ramos is from out here in the Phoenix Valley. Big shout out to the whole valley, to that Ramos family. His nephew stepped up and shined last night, so I guess they was 1-for-1 last night. Not a bad go at it. That being said, the fight, back to the fight. Ugas, I can't say I'm impressed. His chin, questionable. Wow, I didn't expect to see that. Now that's something I must admit I did not expect to see, was Ugas getting touched a little bit like he did there. Ramos, bit too patient. I'm not sure if they was really looking to make sure they went the distance. Excuse me. But again, big shout out. The fight was it was active. It was like a jab, a jousting type of fest. A lot of jabs. Obviously, Ugas won that jab match. Put a little damage on Ramos' face, but I would say Ramos won in the power category because Ugas had nothing with steam on it. Just a lot of punches thrown, no variety in his combination. That's something me and G5 FTV kind of hashed over a little bit. He thought he saw a little bit of variety. I didn't. I saw about 2 to 3 punches just repeatedly thrown by Ugas throughout the night, and mainly the jab. And you can win with the jab, but again, if you're trying to really say that you're at an upper level, we need to see something else from you. And maybe that chin could get you a super fight. Just because you look suspect to the Crawfords and to maybe to a Spence, who's obviously a team player with the PBC team. So that's a fight that could possibly happen. Obviously, could be a victim for Danny Garcia because that chin, I mean, you're almost 35. It's to be expected that you get a little wear and tear, but he hasn't really been beat up throughout his ring years. So I don't know, man. Big shout out to Abel for being able to touch that chin the way he did and just make it interesting and just hoping that can happen again because it happened early and then it happened too late. If it was a 15-rounder, Ramos wins that fight running away them last 3 rounds. But again, good fight to me. I would give it a 70 on a scale of 1 to 100. Main event, I'm gonna have to shout out G5 again. He questioned some of these main events Al's been putting together. I wouldn't say this particular main event was Al's fault. I would say you gotta really look at the Ramos camp and just not really putting a foot on the gas. I mean, when he did, he got home, but he just didn't do it enough consistent. I don't know. I wouldn't say fear. I just say too overly being cautious. That's all. It's a good way to explain because you never want to say a fighter scared because you got to have the kahunas to get in there in the first place. So big shout out to Ramos for that. But being honest, I thought he was just a bit too conservative with really stepping on the gas and going after Ugas. Ugas was sticking his face out. His corner got on him about that. And again, if it was a 15-rounder throwback type of fight, Ramos comes through Mexican style and just didn't go after it. And I'm not sure you're out of the picture. You don't want to fall into a gatekeeper category. You still have some years left, speaking of Abel Ramos. So hopefully both these guys can bounce back from that fight. Again, I hope the fans enjoyed it somewhat. I thought I did. A lot of people did from what I'm hearing on Twitter and reading on Twitter. And Anyway, we're going to slide over to their second fight. They had it on FS1, that's the sports channel. I'm not sure if everybody got cable, but we'll bring you the results. We showed you some pics. That being said, the crippler, he might be a factor at 140. As a boxer, that power, man, we're gonna have to change that. I'm thinking it's not too late to improve that power from Crippler. I'd like to work the body a little bit earlier. If I could get that from him, maybe the power could turn over later and he could start wearing these guys down and getting them out of there as he's done throughout his fight career. He's a 50%er type of guy when it comes to that knockout. It really depends on the opponent. But as he steps up, he knows the chins get a little stiffer. And then again, some of these chins are still questionable. Big shout out to Ugas on that one. So that may be a fight in the future. I mean, Ugas to me needs another chance to really prove he's the elite. I don't think he did that last night. So the crippler, with that 19-0 record, seems to be a possible future opponent before some sort of mega fight that PBC tries to put together with that team that they have and that stable of boxers that they have. Again, big shout out to the crippler. He put a stop to a guy who had a turnaround in his career, was coming off 6 out of 7 stoppages, and trying to turn around that 22-6 record in Torres. So big shout out to Torres for taking the fight, showing up, trying to do his thing. He just, to me, just got outboxed. So again, Boxing First Vlog just giving you his take on a couple fights from Sunday night's card. Big shout out to the Sunday night card. I actually enjoyed it. I hope everybody else did. We out.